Trade Genius.
Hey guys, how's it going? Philip at Trade Genius. Just a quick video today. We're just going to look at Bitcoin price action and get a midweek update here on what's going on. So let's dive into it. Okay guys, so basically we're going to look at a couple different time frames here just to give you kind of the short-term outlook. 4-hour chart, basically I got a line in the sand here at around 6,400. So I think that's going to be in the room. We are short in that area there, but also being pretty defensive because, as you recall yesterday's video, we have the CBOE expiration, so a lot of times we'll see a pop after that. So we're already basically moving our stops to break even there in anticipation of a possible move up, and then we'll assess if we can get back above the 6,400, looking at a short-term long swing. But in play here is going to be this. We got a couple lower trend lines that show up, and you can see this on the higher time frames when we look at it. But this trend line's holding up so far, and we also have a lower one down here. I think any upside targets that if we get any kind of momentum for like another cycle move up, which we are pretty much due for, then it's going to be up toward this trend line here around 7,000. Let's zoom out to a daily. All right, guys, so here's the daily chart, and essentially we've got, again, we're in this larger descending wedge, which ultimately is a bullish scenario, but you have a really wide range of where price can traverse in there. So we kind of have, that's why we're drilling down to the smaller time frames to kind of give us better risk reward entries as we float around and kind of in the mid span of all this. We also have this triangle setting up here. That's basically, again, this is consolidation as we talked about earlier in the week. We're looking at probably chop, and I'll show you guys the model here in a bit of what that looks like for the next month plus. But again, right now it's just I think we're consolidating. We do have a bit of a head and shoulders formation setting up here, and that's something to keep an eye on, that we may drop down and test these lower trend lines. But immediately right now it's all about we have this expiration today and whether or not we get that probability of a surge higher. Okay, so that's the daily outlook. The other thing I want to show you on the daily outlook is where the volume profiles are setting up. So if you'll notice the volume nodes, we talk about volume profile on here, and you'll notice that the we're getting just a really large buildup now. This volume node is extending out farther than this area down here at this 4,500 to 4,000 range, and that's that didn't used to be the case. So now we have a really obvious support area here, and it really spans from about 8,000 down to 6,000. So large area of accumulation there, but we do want to be cognizant of this volume void that we have, and it's really as we get below this trend line here, this red trend line, that's where we're going to see it show up. And so that's where we're going to concentrate on the smaller time frames. If we do get to where we're breaching like this 5,800 area, that we are, that's really going to be a pivotal level to hold if we see that. So that's going to be like 5,800 to 6,000 there. So but this is going to be I think when we look back, we're going to see it's pretty obvious, a huge amount of accumulation in this zone, and really created a volume node that was historically going to be one of the larger ones as we look back. All right, let's look at the model real quick. And the model here, basically, we have a little bit of a divergence. We've had those in the past. Again, largely what we're doing is we're capturing some of the macro moves timing wise with this compressed chart. And so basically, what we're seeing here is we got another pivot date coming up today, looking for a small pullback that's a little contradictory to the behavior we see after the CBOE expirations. We see a bounce in the next 24 to 48 hours. So keeping an eye on that. Otherwise, more or less, the model's kind of going to show us this kind of behavior, as that's what it's telling us, sideways kind of chop. And this is from like just the macro view. As the days and weeks progress, we'll drill down to see more close up on the gyrations, but more or less kind of a sideways to up bias chop, and then a little bit more of a ramp up into November. So that's where we're at in the model cycle as it shows up here. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. If you're on mobile, ring that bell, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Take care, guys. Bye.
Trade Genius.